Hello everyone, welcome back to Tartan Samurai Gaming. And by viewer request today we are playing Disney's Aladdin for the Mega Drive, or Genesis. So let's just get into it. So quick rundown here, the different things you have to collect throughout the game. So all pretty self-explanatory. So the premise. Aladdin is a street rat, as the movie calls him. Jafar is a scheming advisor to the Sultan who wants to take over. And then we begin at a dark cave at night. But meanwhile, Aladdin is just trying to make his way through the market. Lovely rendition of the Prince Ali song playing in the background here. So, the basic way to play this game, up close you can melee attack with the sword, and from distance you can throw apples. You want to collect as many apples as you can because those will be useful as we make our way through the game. Now, if we touch that purple lamp, that kind of blows up any enemies that are nearby. That's a genie bonus stage for the end of the level. So I think you see the way this is going, it's pretty straightforward. Nice little clashing sword flash effect there whenever you clash swords with one of the enemies. Okay, some health, another genie. So these gems that I've collected, we can use those to buy extra lives and extra continues later on. We will run into the market trader later on who sells all that stuff. Nice little effect there of Aladdin sliding down the pole. So while those guys are hopping along the hot coals, you can just jump over them. It saves you the effort of having to fight them. Energy's running a little bit low here, could do with a power up. But again, like most of these kind of games, the first level is really just about getting you into the swing of things and showing you how to play everything. It really is a beautifully animated game, this. It looks fantastic. You know, not everything has to be 3D flashy. These sort of hand-drawn style graphics really, even today, they still hold up in my opinion. They look fantastic. Right, there's some extra energy. Good. Nice enemy variety as well, even just on this first level. There's Apu, Aladdin's loyal pet monkey. And we can, if we time this right, we can get that power up. That now means we can access Apu's bonus level at the end of this level. And here's our little street trader. So 5 for an extra life, 10 for an extra continue. We'll buy an extra life. We're coming towards the end of the level now, I think. Yep, here we are. So, level 1 is complete. We have 5 genies. Oh dear, but we lost to Jafar. Now the Apu bonus level. Basically, you have to run around and dodge the falling pots. And, yeah, you'll see when we get into it, it's pretty straightforward. So you've got to watch out for all kinds of nastiness coming your way. Caught out there, but you see how it works. It's, you know, nice and straightforward. Now we're in the desert. So we have to find the mysterious scarab, and there's two parts to it. Oh. Now, little secret here. You notice the stuff on the washing line there. If you time it, so basically you put it so Aladdin is wearing the Mickey Mouse ears, then pause the game, an extra life will appear. It's a nice little gimmick there. You have to press start once his head goes under the Mickey Mouse ears though for it to work. Oh dear, that's gonna hurt. Ah, thankfully there's a restart point right there. So I'm going to jump across these palm trees, and here we are. Right, now, over we go. So there's one of the scarabs, which we should be able to reach in a second. So we just gotta follow the path. Oh, there's, I think, is it Iago? Jafar's parrot, played by the late comedian Gilbert Godfrey, I think it was. Famous for having that really sort of scratchy voice that he was, yeah, he was funny though. Good. I saw his stand-up routine a couple of times, pretty good. Sadly missed. Right, the scarab has done a runner. Oh, there's Goofy. And he will take us up here to the shop where we can buy another extra life. So that's welcome. What we can do actually, now we have 5, we can go back and buy another extra life. Want to stock up on lives here while you're in the reasonably easy early part of the game, because this game does get more difficult as you go on. Particularly from about the Cave of Wonders onwards, it starts to get quite hard. So there's the first part of the scarab. You notice here we have toilets for men, women, and genies. Okay, level complete. So that's half the scarab. The next half is back in Agrabah. Oh, extra apples. Ah, and we lost again. Oh dear. Not to worry. So this guy here is secretly Jafar in disguise. And he's sending us back to Agrabah to get the other half of the scarab. So we gotta find the flutes, okay? Because basically you'll use these flutes to transport yourself throughout the level, if I remember correctly. So there's one. And what that does is it will create a rope down here that we can use to travel. Oh dear. There we go. So you see, each time we collect a flute, it gives us a new rope that we can use to traverse the level. So this should now give us the last one that we need. There we go. But before we move on, we're just going to go down here and collect these apples. Not quite sure how you get that extra life, but it's only one extra life, so we don't really need to worry about it. And there's another genie bonus for later on. You can see the enemies are just getting a little more difficult here as we progress. So the key here is just to, you know, go with the flow really, just keep moving through the ropes, and this level has a lot more verticality to it than the previous Agrabah level, as you can probably see. There's that extra life tantalisingly sitting there, and I've no idea how to get to it. Oh dear, missed that. Right, okay. Now we need to pick up that flute somehow. Oh dear. Right, okay, we'll have to get that another way, I guess. I think perhaps that rope takes you to the extra life if you can figure out how to... That flute, rather, will give you a means to get the extra life if you can figure out how to grab it, but I can't, so just leave that for now. Slide down the pole. Oh, energy's a bit low here, be careful. Ah, I think that might be how we get that extra life, but there's another restart point, which is handy because our energy's running a bit low. Ah, and there's some extra health, just in time. Perfect. Oh dear, dropped right on the villain there, that wasn't a good idea. Oh dear, one more hit and we lose our first life. Need to be careful. Iago. Handy restart point there. Over here is the boss, but what we do is we just keep him in the corner and just keep hitting him, and he'll soon go down. Head back here and get the flute, and that will open up this ropeway which will take us through the final part of the level. And here's another boss. So this one, you want to just jump and hit him with apples. Yeah, that was always going to happen. That's okay. Genie's there to pick us back up again. So thankfully we don't have to fight that boss again. I'm going to pick up some apples though, because we'll need them for this second boss battle. So I think you see the process here. Just jump and throw apples. And there we go. Level complete. Oh dear. The bonus levels are not being very charitable today. So now we have the scarab, but the palace guards have got us and thrown us in the jail. But Princess Jasmine wants us taken out of the jail, but we're going to have to fight our way out of it because it's a game. They can't do it as simply as they did in the film. Right. Funny, Aladdin has so many memorable songs in it. You know, this one here, Arabian Nights. There's just so many memorable tunes from that film. It's definitely one of the best. I think it's probably the best Disney film of recent years, in my opinion. I mean, say recent, it was 30 years ago now, but still recent for me because I'm old. But yeah, Aladdin was probably the last Disney film that I really enjoyed, to be honest. And I thought the Will Smith remake was alright. It was good fun. Did a lot more with some of the characters that didn't really get much screen time in the original. And thankfully he didn't try to be Robin Williams, he did his own thing, which, you know, he had to do, really. I will probably drop a life or two on this level, because it's a difficult level, this one. With all these moving blocks and things. Nice little 3D effects here with these obstacles. It really is just, there's so much care and attention in this game, you can just see it. Disney did so many good platform games for the Mega Drive. You know, there was this, The Lion King, Jungle Book was another good one, which kind of often gets overlooked, and you know, several others as well. There's a few of them I've never played actually. Okay, so we're about to drop a life here, but we're about to hit a restart checkpoint as well, so that's okay. Hoping that enemy isn't going to respawn, although he might. I can't remember if enemies respawn in this game or not. I have to concentrate here to not start singing along to the tunes. Sign of a good soundtrack though, as I said. Okay, there's another genie there, we'll get that. Just keep moving up. Oh dear. Anything down here? Just apples. But yeah, there's some really nasty hazards in this level with spikes and exploding skeletons and things. It's a difficult level, this one. One of the more difficult levels, I think. But as I say, once we hit the Cave of Wonders is when difficulty really starts to spike. Energy's running a bit low again. As I said, we were going to drop a couple of lives on this level, it's a difficult level. So we've got to time it here to avoid that spike. There we go. Restart point, nice. Always good if you find a checkpoint just when your energy's about to run out. It minimises the frustration of losing a life. Oh dear. Slightly tricky platforming section here. There we go. Oh dear. Well, that was always going to happen eventually. And of course there's energy right there. Just like the thing, isn't it? Not to worry. We're going to have to replenish our apples though. Thankfully, we're still at a point in the game when most of the enemies can be taken out with melee attacks, so you don't really need the apples until you hit the bosses. There we go. Okay, now comes the difficult part. There we are, okay. There we are. Okay, it's all coming together nicely now. And there's the exit. Level clear. Don't know why there was a checkpoint right before the exit. That seemed a bit redundant, but oh well. Oh, come on, give me some extra lives. Oh, Jafar, you rascal. Right. Okay, so now we're being taken to the Cave of Wonders. As I say, this is where things start to get a little bit tricky. So we've got to hit the statues. Also got to watch out for these bats that can be very annoying. Lots of water hazards in this level, which you've probably heard from previous playthroughs on different games. I do find quite annoying. Not a fan of water hazards in games. Also not a fan of these bats that keep spawning. Thankfully there's some health and a checkpoint. It's a perilous level, this one. There's a lot of hazards and collapsing rocks and things, and you really do have to be careful. Gotta watch out for falling rocks here. There's a foot. So that'll give us another bonus level at the end of this level. Not quite sure what those little ghosty things are meant to be, but anyway. So we gotta take out this statue. There we go. We could do with finding a little market trader soon, because I've got enough here to buy quite a few extra lives. And probably gonna need them. Okay, that's blocked off, so we have to go around here. There we go. I think that opens up this pathway. Yes, it does. Okay. Now here's the boss. I can't actually remember how you fight this. Right, the apples don't seem to work, so we have to hit it with the sword, I guess. Right, come on, Aladdin, get up now. Okay. Right, so that's what you do, you hit it as it appears, okay. Right. Shouldn't be too much longer. Each time there's a puff of smoke, that means you've connected with a hit. But it will occasionally parry your attacks with its own sword. How did I not figure that out? That was so simplistic. Oh well. Magic carpet in the house. And we can jump off here and get our checkpoint. Oh, there's Apu. Now, in here, some bonuses. And an extra life. So we're just making our way to the top here, and there is the lamp. Mission complete. But now, are we going to get some actual benefits out of this for once? Yay! Alright, now you're talking. That's alright, we'll take that. Okay, bonus level time. Abu in the cave. So I called him Apu a minute ago. It's Abu. Apu is the character in The Simpsons. Sorry. So what you got to do here is avoid all the rocks that are coming down your way. Oh, hit by bats. Oh well, not to worry. Oh dear. Abu has touched something he shouldn't have. Now the cave is going to swallow us up. So we're going to try and escape. This is a difficult level because, as you can see, a lot of lava hazards and giant rocks that will take you out in one hit if they connect. Okay. So, every jump here is kind of crucial and potentially fatal. So, gotta be very careful. So we just run down here now, and we're just going to ignore all of the overhead bonuses because we just want to keep away from these rocks. That's the main thing, because they are one-hit level enders. And you notice that last one moves slightly faster than all the previous ones, just to be extra obnoxious. Lots of power-ups below us, but it leads us down a very treacherous path, so we'll ignore them for now. Again, there are bonuses back there, but it's not really worth the stress of trying to navigate that part of the level. Although we'll go up here and get these. But careful, if you run too far across there, you'll get a boulder chasing you. So just grab what you need and then come back again. Magic carpet to the rescue. Level complete. Oh dear. And now potentially the most frustrating level in the entire game. The rug ride. So you just got to follow the directions of the genie. But it gets progressively faster as you move through the level. The game likes to do that as well, just drop a power up right in front of where you're not supposed to go, just to tempt you. You notice the inputs are getting a bit more frequent here. And things really start to get hectic here because, as you can see, the directional inputs are accelerating quite a bit as we're moving on. I love how the last one's a question mark. It's just like, life's a lottery, be lucky. We're already on 9 lives anyway, so that's okay. We are now inside the lamp, and we get to meet Genie. Fantastically played in the film by Robin Williams, of course. And you know, he really was a fan. He was one of the all-time great comedic actors, and by all accounts, a really nice guy as well. I remember reading years ago. I'm going on a slight tangent here, but I hope you'll indulge me. Reading years ago about when Christopher Reeve, the Superman actor, had his accident. Robin Williams apparently would go and visit him in the hospital and would like do sort of funny impersonations of the doctors and things, and Christopher Reeve actually says, you know, he said it basically saved his life because he was ready to just give up at that point, but Robin Williams just lifted his spirits every day with these silly little skits that he would do in the hospital. And you know, that's the thing about Robin Williams. He was always there for his friends, because they'd been friends from like the early 70s onwards. I think they went to, I think it was the Juilliard acting school together. I think they actually roomed together at one point, and they were lifelong friends. And yeah, Robin Williams was definitely one of the good guys, no question about that. As I said before, it was good that in the remake of Aladdin that Will Smith didn't just try and do a Robin Williams impersonation. It was good that he put his own spin on the character because you really had to. Nobody could follow that, you know. Right, we already have 9 lives, so we can't get any more of those, so let's get some continues. Those will do. I said this before, but you really have to concentrate when you're playing this to not start just singing along with the tunes. So many great songs in this. Oh dear, got a little bit too caught up in the moment there. But of course, what I can do now is instantly get that life back by going over here. There we go, checkpoint. Pick up our genie power up here. This is where we want to be careful because in a moment we're going to get some tricky platforming. Yeah. So those tiny hands, when they go tiny, you can't jump on them, so you've got to make sure that you're not standing on them when they shrink. Okay. These smaller hands are actually safer because they never shrink. So getting there, and we've cleared the level. Yeah, not much we could do there anyway, we've already got 9 lives. So, we're out of the cave, and now we're heading back to the palace to confront Jafar. So, the Sultan's palace. So the penultimate level, the Sultan's palace. You've got to watch out, use these storks to get across the water. Pretty simple stuff really. Where possible, use apples rather than your sword, because trying to fight guys across water that seldom ends well. Particularly these fish, they can be very aggressive. There's magic carpet ready to take us out of here. Taking quite a bit of damage here, but don't worry, there are health power-ups in a moment. And a checkpoint as well. There we go. Oh, I missed the health power up. That's okay though. I think we're approaching a checkpoint in a moment. Ah dear, there was a health power up just there as well. Not to worry. I mean, it is the second to last level, so it shouldn't be a walkover. You know, this is the one level though, I don't know if this is original music made for the game, but I can't place this with a song that was in the film. So if anybody knows what song in from the film this level's music is supposed to be, please let me know in the comments, because it's been bugging me for years. I don't know what song that is. It must be one of the lesser known songs from the film, if indeed it is from the film and not just game music. Health's low again here, but we're doing okay. There's a checkpoint fairly close by anyway, if need be, so it's alright. So slightly treacherous platforming here, but we can navigate it. There's 2 Iagos there, so be ready for them. Okay, checkpoint. Rescue Abu. sure how I'm supposed to rescue him here. He seems to be stuck. Strange. And we will buy back that life that we lost a minute ago. There we go. Don't know why that wasn't working before. Just down here, this will take us to almost the end of the level. So, the boss here is Iago. So what you got to do is basically take out these little ghost things, and then when you have a clear shot at Iago, take it. And it's done! We're on to the final level. Jafar getting one last jab at us there before we go to the final level. So, with the lamp in his possession, Jafar has now remade the palace in his own image, i.e. lots of fire and nasty stuff. This level is really a test of endurance as much as anything else. Lots of spikes and fire and snake imagery. I say well about Jafar, but he's quite flamboyant in his decor tastes. Just gotta keep moving through here. Right, health power up there just in time. It's not a long level this, but it's a difficult one, so you just gotta stick with it and be careful. Ah, don't do that. The important thing here is, apart from survival, is to try and make sure you don't use that many apples, because we really need them for the last boss. The last boss is a lot easier if you have a good supply of apples at the ready. So as much as possible here I'm trying to use my sword to take out the regular enemies. Checkpoint. There's a little trader there, but we don't actually need any we don't need any more lives at the moment. We could do with some energy perhaps, but we'll find that in a minute, hopefully. Oh dear, knocked out. But that's okay, we had a checkpoint that was fairly close by, and we can just jump off at our man here and get a life back. Thank you, kind sir. And we drop back down here, and we are now ready to go again. Health was timely. Oh, Iago is really getting on my nerves this level. Right, so we're going to head down. See, knowing that there was health power-ups there anyway, we could afford to take a bit of damage there. I'm just going to use apples here because that guy was going to be an obstacle otherwise. Okay, checkpoint. Lots of Iagos there to deal with. And this is the boss. So, here we go. Right, so it's a two-phase battle this. Phase 1, just throw apples at Jafar and do not let him draw you towards him with his staff. As soon as he locks onto you, you start running in the opposite direction. You might only get in one hit at a time, but it's just easier this way. Now we are running a bit low on apples, but that's okay, because there is a way to replenish them during the fight. Okay, he's now gone into snake mode, or his serpent form, or whatever you want to call it. So again, keep throwing apples from distance. Now we've ran out of apples, oh dear, but don't worry, they will respawn here. And every time you use those 4 apples, they will regenerate on opposite sides of the boss. So just run across, 1, 3, 4, and then repeat, and you see the pattern here. They'll take quite a few hits though, because it is the last boss, so... Okay, so there's 2 phases to this boss. Phase 1 is just Jafar as he is, using his staff to try and pull you towards him. So you keep running away as much as you can and just lob apples at him as and when you're able to. And the platforms here will sometimes block your apples, but don't worry about that, it's not too important. A couple more hits and Jafar will turn into his serpent form. Yep, now he's a serpent. So now, jump over the flames and throw your apples at him. Now we've ran out of apples, but not to worry. Run across here, jump over the boss, and you can get 4 more. And repeat. So you just keep going back and forth, jumping over the flames. Jumping over the flames is the most difficult part of this, if you can just keep to that pattern. And the important thing is, once you're running across those platforms there, do not stop, because if you stop, you'll get burned. We've done it! Jafar is down. And the game is clear. So we get to enjoy Aladdin and the princess riding off on the magic carpet into the sunset. Oh, isn't that sweet? So, that was Aladdin. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a nice little trip down memory lane for everybody, I think. This one has been requested on the channel for a while now. It's just, it's a game I hadn't played for quite a while, so it took a little bit of research to get up to speed on how to beat it. So, anyway, please keep following the channel. We will have more games like this coming soon. I am going to tackle The Lion King eventually. That is another quite notoriously difficult Disney game, but it's one that we will tackle, and might do that later this week actually. Well, we'll see. We'll have to take a day off at some point. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, all that usual nonsense, and I'll see you again soon here on Tartan Samurai Gaming. Thank you for watching. See you next time.